The battery of this camera runs out so freaking quickly. Let me try to do this quick. Hey everybody and welcome Hey everybody and welcome back to the channel of your favorite or soon to be favorite bookworm twink supreme. Anyway, I did a vlog, okay? So I'm here to tell you about the vlog I did. Let me just pull my notes up because I forgot literally everything I was gonna say. Anyway, if you love books and if you wanna see this twink talk about books on this channel, I highly suggest you look for the subscribe button and finger it. I will be vulnerable. I was in a not so good place mentally. It was shit. It was real shit. And it's okay to admit that. It's not all sunshine and rainbows in real freaking life, you know? I'm okay now, but at the time that I filmed this vlog, I was not. And the thing with me is like, when I feel like shit, I don't like reading happy books. I don't like watching happy movies. For some reason, I don't know. I don't want to hear about how amazing life is. I don't want to hear like all these fucking platitudes about how love is beautiful and how you never need to go through anything in life alone ever again. And love is the answer to everything and joy and happiness. Fuck that. Like, fuck that. So far up the... So, my coping mechanism is watching horror movies and reading horror books. So for this vlog, I researched on the most disturbing books ever written, and there were so many books, so many, that I will likely have to do a part 2. So if you want to see that, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell so you know when that comes out. Drop me a like and comment what you think the most disturbing book ever written is. And for all you know, it might end up in a future vlog. No promises, but do it anyway. I need to state the obvious before this vlog continues. Trigger warnings. Like, all the books on this list are bad. Like, they're really, really bad. Not bad as in like, I hated them, but bad in the sense that content-wise, people will freak out. These books literally have every single trigger in the world from, to be vague because like, I don't want to get stifled by the algorithm. It has stuff to do with kids, stuff to do with animals, stuff to do with killing, stuff to do with torture, cannibalism. Literally, all the things can be found in these books. So for the following vlog, I read these books. I read Sarah by J.T. Leroy. I read To Be Devoured by Sarah Tantlinger. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced that name. I read Header by Edward Lee. And I read Survivor by J.F. Gonzalez. So this vlog is spoiler-free, and if you think you can handle me talking about books that deal with these things, or if you are just, you know, curious in general, then let's begin. Alright, let's go outside because it finally kind of stopped raining. I look like a mess because it is early and I am messy when it's early. So today I thought we would start with Sarah by J.T. Leroy, and the reason I want to choose this book is because it was one that had a very controversial reputation. Like, there is some backstory involved with the author, and I would say that it reminded me a lot of the backstory of the book. Fuck, what is the name of that book? The Woman in the Window. Like, the author did some things to get that book published, and the author of this book also did some things to get that book published, which I'm gonna get into at some point. But yeah, I'm gonna start Sarah. I'm gonna sit over there, and we're gonna read, and I will check in soon. Hey everybody, I'm done with the first third of Sarah, so I can pretty much give you a summary. So we follow an unnamed 12-year-old boy, and he lives in this hotel truck stop where his mom named Sarah works as a prostitute, a truck stop prostitute for this pimp named Glad. So we learned that these prostitutes are called lot lizards, and that Sarah is the best prostitute in the truck stop. And right off the bat, like, I just want to call child services right then and there, because this mom is literally, if you've seen the movie The Florida Project and thought that that mom was unfit to raise a child, this woman has her beat by 50,000 awful mom points. So we don't really know what the name of the actual son is, nor if he's given a name, but we learned that Sarah dresses him up as a girl so that he can help her shoplift and not get caught. So we learned that Sarah has been letting various boyfriends abuse this son, and the pimp, I think, names him Cherry Vanilla. So since Cherry Vanilla looks up to his mom, he decides that he too wants to be a lot lizard, and not just any lot lizard, but the best lot lizard in that truck stop. Hey everybody, just checking back in to give some updates on the book Sarah by J.T. Leroy. I am a bit over halfway now. It's a pretty short book, so I'm getting through it pretty quickly. But yeah, I read this other really disturbing scene, and I'm gonna be vague, but it's a scene where Cherry Vanilla, who now works for another pimp, who now identifies as a girl, has adopted the name and identity Sarah, and she explains why she now uses the she pronoun, and goes on to explain why she thinks she doesn't have a uterus anymore. And it has something to do with a lot of... And there are just some people that literally don't deserve to be parents. This book is just solidifying that notion for me. So yeah, this is pretty disturbing, and I will check in soon and probably use this same angle because I can stand it up. Actually, since a lot of people said that they enjoyed my Resident Evil video game commentary, I thought I would do it again. So I'm gonna try to play the very first Resident Evil game and see if I can get any like funny scenes in for you, and yeah, we shall see how that goes. Alright, bitches. I know how everybody says to play as Jill first, but oh my gosh. I'm totally trying to not hyperventilate right now. Uh-oh. Yes, queen. Yes, queen. Okay, I ended up playing as Jill for this round. Okay, we've encountered our first zombie, and... Okay. Oh shit, he's still fucking around back there. Oh shit. Oh shit. This camera angle is fucking... Oh shit. Damn, at least buy me dinner first. See that zombie down there? Well, bitch, shit's about to get lit. Literally. Oh shit. Don't get too close to the fire, bitch. Use. What do you mean I can't use the dog collar? What if I want to wear it to be kinky? Alright, so I am back outside after having played some video games. It is significantly much later in the afternoon, and I have finished Sarah by J.T. Leroy, and I have some thoughts for you today. So first I want to tell you about the controversy. There was this 6-year charade, and there was this hoax that went into publishing this book where in a 2005 expose, the face of JT was actually a fashion designer named Savannah Knoop, while the person behind the book turned out to be a writer named Laura Albert. And J.T. Leroy was this person that these two concocted to sell this book and to assert that this was like an autobiographical version of a thing that actually happened to this person when they were a kid, and that J.T. Leroy is a guy, but the Savannah person was actually a woman the whole time. So this was not autobiographical by any means, and this was a PR stunt. What people do to sell books, maybe this is a commentary on how difficult it is for women in the publishing world. Either way, if you know about this controversy, please comment down what you think down below. So overall, I did like this book. It was quite disturbing, but thankfully the scenes weren't super graphic. There are some very difficult scenes to read, but they don't go like overboard in my opinion. They show you just enough to turn your stomach, but then they reel it back a bit. And it's just a story about a boy so desperate for love and an inkling for something that resembles love that he will do anything, even things that are super self-destructive, to get it for himself. There is a lot of dark humor, I must admit. There is a scene where we learn that the pimp tries to trick people into thinking that these prostitutes are like religious messiahs who will give them good luck and grant their wishes, and the things he does to convince the clients of that are just like so yeah, that was Sarah. I don't know what I'm gonna read next. I think I'm gonna try out To Be Devoured, so we shall see how that goes. I'm excited, and let's play some more Resident Evil. Chat soon.
The arrowhead is made from period.
Remember that scene in Anna and the French Kiss when they were running around the crypt? Well, I'm being disrespectful too. Hi. Okay, maybe I can get some footage out here because the rain seems to have subsided a bit. I don't know. Hey everybody, so it is super bright and sunny today. So I'm drinking my green tea out of my Starbucks mug. So let me just finish up my tea and we will talk about some books. I was outside for all of 20 minutes before it started getting really windy and drizzling. I don't want to risk getting this camera wet because I love it. So instead I'm going to tell you about one of the books I read, and that is going to be Header by Edward Lee, which I finished. So I've been getting into extreme horror lately. Call it the inevitable consequence of boredom, or maybe just the logical conclusion of my general taste in reading. So I happened to hop down this rabbit hole on the internet of, you know, most disturbing books, and I would see the usual suspects. I would see the Jack Ketchums, I would see the Karen Slaughters, but I would also see this guy named Edward Lee, and specifically this book called Header. And I'm sure you might be asking, like, just what is a header, dude? And to which I say, you might have to find out for yourself. And this is honestly one of the most disgusting books I've ever read. Many of the scenes made me feel so sick and dirty for reading them. But for all the grossness, I was having so much fucking fun. Some may write this off as like a pointless exercise in just gore and shock value. And admittedly, the final sequence, like the ending, the very, very end of this book is so fucking repulsive that I wanted to laugh out loud and cry at the same time. It was because of bizarre and weird exercise in unabashed depravity, and I was just forced to give it 5 stars. Like, I love this book so, so much. We followed this guy named Travis who had just gotten out of prison and his parents have died. And then we follow this other cop named Cummings who is investigating this string of murders, and their stories tie into one another, and I just don't want to say how that goes, but anyway, great stuff. I loved it. So good. So I started reading this other novella called To Be Devoured by Sarah Tandlinger. I sincerely hope I pronounced that name correctly. And we basically follow a woman named Andy. She is very traumatized. She comes from a very traumatized past to do with her upbringing. She has depression, she has anger management issues, and she lives with this woman named Luna who she is in a romantic relationship with. And we learn that their relationship is very, kind of on the rocks, I guess. I'm kind of halfway through, and the book opens up with Andy doing Luna something that she perceives that Luna will appreciate, but Luna ends up not appreciating, and it's quite bizarre. And we learned that Andy goes to therapy because she is a deeply disturbed human being, and this is also evidenced by the fact that she has taken up this obsession with vultures and the consumption of carrion, which is like dead meat, and she wants to understand the vultures. So I just read a bit more of the book, and oh my gosh, there was like a scene where they there was like a sex scene, and it was the most I don't know how to say it, but like Andy tries to use Luna to try something out that she is curious about, and it was a moment, okay? It was a moment. I'm gonna continue reading, probably gonna go on a jog, chat later. Hey everybody, so I just now finished To Be Devoured, and wow, it took me a while to warm up to this story of, you know, depression, obsession, and rage. And for a long time, I thought the main character, Andy, was just very enigmatic. I thought that she was a cipher. I thought that she was very mysterious. Like, she didn't feel like a real person to me for like the first part of the book. But I'm really glad I stayed along because it ended up being a really interesting and engaging story. Like, I found myself truly drawn into, you know, her distress and the actual like mood of gruesomeness. It is so electrifying reading about Andy's descent into madness. I don't know if this book is meant to show her from going sane to going mad, or if this is like the last days of her sanity and everything that she's just like trying to hold on to stay in the real world. But then at the end, it makes it clear that she had been acting up in ways that would indicate that she would need help. I'm trying to be vague because it's a pretty short book and I really think you should read it. The writing is so beautiful. This author has created a tapestry of dark, poetic beauty, and rarely has blood and guts and viscera been so gorgeously described in a book that I was reading. I have to think about this book more. Like, these are just my very raw impressions of having just finished it. But if you read it, please let me know what you think down below. And if you plan on reading it, let me know why. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, chat soon. Hey everybody, I am here to check in with you because I just got halfway through Survivor by J.F. Gonzalez. This book doesn't have an audiobook, and normally when a book doesn't have an audiobook, I get through it pretty slowly. So I was quite shocked at how fast I was getting through this, because especially since it's considered to be one of the most disturbing books ever, and it certainly is very disturbing so far. So we basically follow this woman named Lisa and her husband. She's pregnant, they're on vacation, one thing leads to another, he gets arrested. Not gonna say how, but he has to spend the weekend in jail, and she has to spend the weekend alone in a hotel. Now, she ends up getting kidnapped while she is at the hotel and brought to this place, and is told that she is going to be the star of a snuff film. Now, a snuff film is like a hardcore bondage BDSM film where someone ends up dead, where you actually kill someone on screen. So right then and there, the setup is very disturbing, but I have to say that I really love Lisa as a character because she is so tough and she's so morally gray. Like, she isn't naive, she's not like just there being scared. She verbally fights back whenever they try to intimidate her. She even engaged one of them in conversation and asked him, like, why do you do this? Why are you part of this world? And when he gave his backstory, it was just riveting. Like, this book shows you, it doesn't really have like a general explanation as to why people end up consuming this kind of material, but it does present characters that it studies and tells you why these specific people got into this world and how they ended up going down the rabbit hole that led them to where they are. And it is just so riveting and so fascinating. Also, Lisa does things that are so beyond the realm of forgiveness that I hesitate to call her the good guy. I'll call her the protagonist, but the good guy, I don't think so. Because without spoiling, she does certain things to keep herself alive, but it has consequences for others. I cannot wait to see where this story goes, especially because there was like a midway plot twist. So yeah, I can't wait to continue on. Anyway, I'm gonna continue reading and then check in soon, okay? Okay. Good day to you all. If you're wondering why I look like absolute fucking shit right now, it's because I stayed up till 5 in the morning finishing Survivor, and I have no regrets. I have not one single fucking regret because you guys, okay, so what did I think of the book? So good. So good. So fucking good. I cannot believe I literally just heard about this book like recently. It's insane. I have been reading so many shitty thrillers lately, so the fact that one this good existed and y'all weren't talking about it, like y'all weren't raving about this book, the fact that this one wasn't getting talked about, injustice, okay? Like, I want to grab every single thriller and horror fan and mush them together and just shake them by the shoulders and be like, read this book right now! But of course I can't do that. What I can do is speak directly to my very lovely viewers over here and say that if you are a fan of thrillers and horrors that aren't afraid to push the limits of human decency, read this fucking book now. I obviously have a lot of other more coherent thoughts, but right now they're not coming to me because I'm kind of just like, I need to like compose myself. I'm sitting under the sun, getting some vitamin D, and but yeah, check in soon when I have my thoughts put together. Okay. Hey everybody, I am back and I am finally here to talk to you about Survivor by J.F. Gonzalez. One of my new favorites, for sure. It is so good. So good. Okay, I've allowed my thoughts to germinate. I have allowed myself to step back and not just have this be a screaming review of how amazing this book is, but I need to go off. I just need to go off because this book is freaking amazing, and the fact that it's not talked about on prominent channels that feature thrillers constantly is just a crime. So here I am. Like, how have I not heard about this book until, sorry, as I was speaking, my neighbor's cat showed up again. Hello. If anyone has a name for him, because I'm pretty sure he lives here now, comment down below. Anyway, let's continue with the review. This book is truly sick and twisted and deeply disturbing. The protagonist is so morally gray. Like, she does things that are like so horrible that you honestly in good conscience cannot call her like a good guy because she does things that are so fucking bad in order to survive. It's just beyond anything I could ever imagine doing. She's tough. Like, she knows what's going on. She knows that she's screwed, and she knows that these people mean business. She like goes back at them, like when they're talking to her and telling her all the things they plan on doing. Like, she talks back. She's like, yeah, bitch. You know, well, she doesn't say that, but like pretty much. Like, she's like strong. This book is so incredibly fast-paced. There are twists and reveals lurking in every corner, and the way J.F. Gonzalez strategically puts these twists in the book is just so ingenious at times. Halfway through the book, I was like, how could this possibly be happening? But then he makes it work. He makes it freaking work. It's so good. And the antagonists are horrible, disgusting people, like worst scum of the earth. But they're not boogeymen. They don't feel like Jason Voorhees. Like, they don't feel like immortal people lurking in the background that could get you at any time. Like, they are flawed. They make mistakes. They screw up, and it has consequences, which adds so much more tension and believability to this story. This book is fantastic, and I give it 5 stars. One of the easiest 5-star books I have given all year. Definite top 10 contender So good, so good. If you think you can handle it, please go for it, because this book, a thriller this good should not be this ignored, okay? This doesn't even have an audiobook. That is how underread this book is. Anyway, I love you all. Chat soon. So yeah, that was the vlog. I had a blast. Reading these books was like a really good idea for me because they brought immense joy to my life. What that says about me, I don't know, but I don't really give a shit either way. Anyway, if I were to pick the best one, it would hands down be Survivor by J.F. Gonzalez. That book has a special place in my heart now. That book is just so freaking good. So freaking good. I can't. Like, thriller and horror readers, what's up? Why did it take me this long to hear about this freaking book? Anyway, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Like and comment and subscribe. Share this video with your friends or whoever you think may be interested, and I will love you forever. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in future videos, but until then, as always, take care. I lose myself